Hello, everyone. So, let me give you some feedback on my talk with Jordan Peterson, which is due to be published this coming Monday. And then, towards the end, I will tell you a little bit about where we are with the Pioneer Initiative and what lies ahead. So, I'm happy that we can finally announce that I did have the discussion with Dr. Jordan Peterson. We filmed the interview in Scottsdale, Arizona, several weeks ago. And at the discussion, we spoke about the fact that it would probably only be published several weeks after recording the interview, as a result of which it would be better to hold back a little bit before we announce that we actually did the interview, which is why I announced it yesterday, this Friday, that it will be published on Monday. So, firstly, in terms of the interview itself, we spoke for 2.5 hours and we recorded two different interviews, which will be published separately. I'm not sure if both would be published on Monday. I believe the longer version would be published. So, the two interviews are broadly divided into one interview that is about 2 hours long, that will be published on YouTube, and then one interview that is more or less 30 minutes, half an hour, that will be published on the Daily Wire. And we recorded them at the same time, at the same day. And as I said, they will be published separately. Now, as far as I know, the YouTube version would be published on Monday, and I'm not sure about the Daily Wire version. Maybe that too. But I will certainly share the links on this YouTube channel and also on my social media pages, Facebook, X, and so forth. In terms of the interview itself, before I speak a bit about the broad experience, the interview was really good and I think really constructive. We spoke for quite some time about the history of South Africa. Just as we sat down for the interview, Dr. Peterson mentioned to me that he believes part of the problem that we have in South Africa is the narrative and this distorted conception of South Africa's history as one in which white people or people from Europe just came to South Africa, this piece of land that was densely inhabited back in the 1600s, and just inflicted violence on local communities, the indigenous people who have been there since the beginning of time, and then just stole the land and inflicted violence and so forth, and are now, in a sense, perpetrators that have to be punished. Which, if you know anything about South African history, you would know that not only is this an oversimplification, it's a lie. It's an exaggeration to such an extent that it loses all credibility and truth. And so we spoke for quite some time about the history of land ownership, when the Dutch came to South Africa, what happened when they arrived, why did they come to South Africa in 1652, the refreshment station that was established for ships traveling around South Africa, the gradual expansion, the interaction with local communities, cooperation with local communities, also conflict with local communities. And then, importantly, also the African migration patterns, the fact that many of the groups in South Africa are not technically indigenous to South Africa because they migrated to South Africa from the north, that if there is such a thing as an indigenous South African community, or if there is only one indigenous South African community, it would be the Khoi and the San, or the Bushmen as they are known also, who also had their own tragic history, partly with the groups coming in from the north, but also partly with people of European descent. So we spoke quite a bit about that. We then went over to talk about the extent to which South Africa is failing. I explained to him the remark that I made in the video in which we announced the Pioneer Initiative, that in South Africa, the fact that the ship is headed in the wrong direction has become worse, or less important at least, than the fact that the ship is sinking. And so he spoke for a bit about what does it mean to say that the ship is headed in the wrong direction, and what does it mean to say that the ship is sinking? What's the difference between the two, and why do we say the fact that it's headed in the wrong direction is now not as important as the fact that it's sinking? We spoke about the policy environment, and then we spoke quite a bit about some of the recent threats we've seen in South Africa. Threats of violence against minority communities. We spoke about the farm murders. We spoke about the threats to property rights. And we spoke quite a bit about kill the Boer. Of course, this famous chant, kill the Boer, kill the farmer. We mentioned some politicians who are actively involved with this. And Dr. Peterson, as you know, has a very particular interest in the history of extremist ideologies, Nazism, communism, and so forth, and also atrocities and the build up to such atrocities. So it is really something to see him analyze what is happening in South Africa from that perspective. And I can say I'm very grateful that he spoke so passionately about South Africa and about these crises that we face in South Africa. I think people like me who live in South Africa will really appreciate this interview. We also spoke for quite a bit about solutions, and that, of course, is something that I'm really happy about. We spoke for this to an extent in the 2-hour YouTube interview, but then more comprehensively during the 30-minute interview on the Daily Wire. We spoke about what could be done to find some form of a solution for South Africa, what needs to happen in South Africa, and also what can the West do to help. And we spoke about the principles of decentralization. We spoke about self-governance, the importance of self-governance. We spoke about the problems that the West have had to go through the last century, especially in recognizing that the Western frame of reference is not the only frame of reference, but only a frame of reference. And that in as far as people of Western descent or people, Westerners in general, and remember, to be a Westerner doesn't mean to live in Europe or North America necessarily, that in as far as the West have attempted to enforce their frame of thinking or frame of reference onto others, it has never succeeded, or almost never succeeded. And so a more sustainable future lies much rather through appreciation and recognition of differences, and that people think differently, that people have different preferences, including cultural preferences, and that if we want to find some form of a sustainable solution, we have to recognize these things. As far as Dr. Peterson himself is concerned, I can say that he came to the interview very well prepared. He walked in before the interview and he immediately brought to my attention some articles or reports that he has been reading about South Africa. He asked me to comment on them. He asked me for my views. And it was really a remarkable conversation to have with a person like that, who was able to comment and speak about what's happening in South Africa from his own perspective and from his frame of reference, which was, of course, as a psychologist, but not just that, also someone who has spent a lot of time reading about and studying a lot of the things that we see happening in South Africa today. I'm really grateful that we did that interview. He was also very supportive during the interview, before the interview, and after the interview. And afterwards, we spoke for a bit about what could be done more, what he could do, what we can do, what type of opportunities we can open up for us to raise global awareness about what is happening in South Africa. And since the interview, he actually followed through on some of the things he and his team followed through on some of the things that we discussed. And I'm very happy about that. So when the video comes out, I would like to encourage you to go, obviously, watch the video, the interview, comment below the video. As you know, this helps the algorithm. Comment below the video, express your gratitude, And I would like to encourage you to comment on the video to invite Dr. Peterson to come to South Africa. It is something that we discussed, but I think it would be great for him to see also just the extent to which he is appreciated in South Africa as well, and that it would be worthwhile for him to spend some time in South Africa. And then in terms of the Pioneer Initiative, we've been getting questions about that, so I'll keep it brief. We now announced the initiative on the 7th of, I think it was the 7th of March, so it's about a month now. Much of the first month, or 2 weeks of this first month, we spent in, for this liaison trip, speaking to Jordan Peterson, Ben Shapiro, some others, many others actually, meeting people in Washington, speaking at a conference in New York, which was one of the most productive 2 weeks I've ever had. And I'm very happy about that. And we get a lot of questions from people asking how can they help, how can they contribute, because if you are already a contributor, you would know that what we say at the Pioneer Initiative is that the South African dispensation is not sustainable. We need to work towards something better, something more sustainable, something based on the principles of decentralization and self-governance. And this is what we are working towards. We have announced the Pioneer Initiative deliberately in a preliminary form so that we can speak with people and involve people in the process, get their input and so forth. And so we have our first online contributors meeting this coming week, where we will discuss our progress. We will provide ways in which people can become more involved, in which people can give input. And based on the input we receive at this meeting and that we have received already in writing, we will start to finalize our structure, including the name, our motto, our policy frame of reference, and we'll start working on a strategy for the initiative. We could have done all these things in advance and announced the initiative with all of these things from the get-go, but we did decide that it's better to launch in, as I said, a preliminary framework so that we can give people the opportunity to become involved. Now, I've seen quite a few people who have said that they are keen on becoming involved or contributing in some way, but they need to have a little bit more information, which is obviously a respectable position. But we also have people who want to be involved with setting things up. And so if you want to wait for a bit and see how we frame the Pioneer Initiative, I'm sure that you will have your answer within the next few weeks. But if you want to be involved in the discussion about what the name should be, the final version of the name, what our strategic goals should be, how we structure the organization, I would encourage you to become involved rather sooner than later. I'll share the link for the interview with Dr. Peterson, both of them, as they get out. I do believe that for the Daily Wire one, you would need to subscribe to the Daily Wire. I am a subscriber to the Daily Wire. I find it a very useful platform, and if you haven't done so, I would like to encourage you to do the same.